Welcome to another episode of Real and Human Podcast, where I'll be sharing about all things being human, not just the pretty story, but also the ugly side, the struggles, the messiness, the dark side, or the ugly truth. But all of these are also our gem. They are also part of us that make us grow, and it's also our wisdom that could probably one day not just inspire us but also others to move forward. And every experience, every feeling, and every vulnerability that we feel every day, every moment, they are real, they are celebrated, and they should be celebrated. They should be valued because they are part of us. They are part of our growth. And today is also unscripted, which it happened when I was just hanging my clothes and suddenly I have this spark of inspiration that I like to share. And it's about love and safety. I don't know where exactly should I start, but this thought just came out when I was just hanging my clothes just now, where I feel that a lot of us, we can only prove our existence when we are showcasing or doing something to prove our love. As I'm saying this, I'm still letting it to sink in. Um, so what do I mean by that? I think some of you, when you heard me saying it, probably you also feel the same thing. Probably you are able to understand what I mean. You know how love can how should I? Oh, okay. Let me bring this back. You know how a lot of us, we can only show proof about love when we are doing something that represents giving love or receiving love. But what about being love? Wow. I think giving love, sometimes we feel that when we have something to give, we are able to feel that we have love. And when we receive love, we will also feel that, oh, we are being loved. But I think sometimes is that comfort of being yourself, regardless of what other people thinks, regardless of how everything should be, you're just being you. That is also existence of love. But what's interesting is that most of everyone, including myself, we tend to only feel safe and comfortable being ourselves when we have the capability to give love. Because when we are able to give, we are able to receive. But we don't really have the capability of be love. I like to sink that in for a little bit. Is that, you know how sometimes that we can only feel that we are useful when we are doing something. It's like taking care of a pet. Like whenever I'm taking care of my pet, it felt like I need to take care of them. I need to take care of my fur kit because that's the only way of me showing love. And when I'm not doing anything, like when I'm not cuddling, when I'm not spending time, when I'm not feeding, I don't feel that love. Like, I don't feel that I'm giving that love. And when I don't give, I don't feel safe. You know? Like, I think sometimes we are so caught on in terms of how much that we want, how much we are so used to taking care of other people and so used to like helping other people, so used to worrying and concerned about other people's needs. It became we rely on that for our own inner safety. And suddenly one day, when you don't have anybody to take care of, when you don't have anyone to worry about, when you don't have anyone to take care, to work, to do whatever for the other person, suddenly you feel empty. And there's no safety for that because it's too empty, it's not something that you used to, and suddenly like want to find a new person to take care of. And I think this is a lot of us may feel something like that. I don't know about you, but that is my inspiration for today. And as much as every time I tell people that you need to be more willing to receive love, whenever someone gives you a compliment, accept it. Learn to accept as much as you can. Like, really learn to accept it boldly instead of being, in Malaysia we like to call it paise. It's like being shy to accept it. Like, probably your first reply will be paise, it's okay, no lah, blah blah blah, or no, or like, a sense of so-called being humble. But no, that is not a sign of being humble, not a sign of being low profile. You will only be able to receive more love when you're able to receive and accept compliments, rewards boldly. And taking care of others, knowing the boundaries. Okay, let's reverse that a little bit. Giving love, it has to be you first. Giving you yourself that love. And it doesn't have to be very complicated. It doesn't really mean that, oh, I need my me time, even though that I'm so busy, things like that. Find that one simple thing that makes you happy. Like for me, it's always food. So one of the things for me that I would not negotiate when it comes to love, especially for myself, is always food. Even though I'm busy as heck or I'm bored as heck, my go-to nourishment is always food. And that is how I show my love to myself. And that is one simple thing that I do regardless. So what is that one simple thing that always showcases the love for yourself? And it always very easily to change that mood. So that is something that you need to give for yourself in order to build that safety for yourself, so that you don't have to always chase over, I need something to take care of, so that it proves that I have love to give. But if you are the source of love, you need to love you first, then them. And yeah, I guess that is something that I like to really talk about. And it's unscripted. So in this episode, you'll probably find there is a lot of pauses. There are a lot of like, really let this to sink in, and it's probably like, I don't know what the heck am I talking about, but if you understand, then you probably understand. And yeah, so that is something that I like to share. Be bold to receive and accept love, and change or maintain or find one thing that you can easily do in your daily life to start loving yourself. It can be eating, it can be like just walking around, it can be just, putting on some skincare routine, or just quietly just sit down. It's up to you. But all this are just shifting that attention from outside, from the external world, coming to in source, where you go back to yourself in your own love, because it's always you, then them. And it's always that when you are able to be that source of love, you know that you are not in lack. You know that you don't have to rely on others to validate you, to acknowledge you. You don't have to rely on the external to prove your existence, because you already know your existence, and you are coming from a place of wholeness. And whether you are working, or whether you're running your own business, or whether you are just managing the entire family, when you're operating this from a place of wholeness, trust me, you are able to see things with greater clarity, without any judgment towards yourself or others, and the solution will naturally appear, and you are able to manage it much more effortlessly. And that is basically the whole thing, or the only thing that I like to share for today. So it's a short episode, but I hope it inspires you one way or another. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.